Hello, I'm Richard Hooper and this is SatTV Week. Now I'm here at IBC 2012 where I'm pleased to be joined by Kurt Riegelman of Intelsat. Kurt, we last spoke at Communicasia in Singapore, but things have happened recently. You've launched some replacement satellites. What's that actually going to do for your coverage and help out your customers?
Okay, yeah, it's been very busy since June, that's for sure. At that point we had talked about Epic, our new payload and our new type of spacecraft, but now we're going through August where we have 3 launches planned. We did execute 2 of those. The third one, we're in a slight delay with Proton, but we're getting ready to launch here in October very quickly. So what we're doing this year is really 2 things. One is replacing our current global video fleet, so IS 8, 9, 10, some of the key spacecraft that we have for video distribution around the world are being replaced with IS 19, 20, and 21. So those satellites are now launched up in IoT. We've got 1 more video spacecraft that will be launching in the first quarter of next year. And that'll be IS 27 for Latin America, and with that we've really refreshed our whole global video fleet. Customers are able to take advantage of better coverage, better power, and increased throughput through new modulation schemes and new encoding schemes. So we're very excited about that. The second part that we accomplished with those launches is really rolling out our global mobility fabric. So we've done some releases here at IBC in the past few weeks about Panasonic, about GoGo, about Vizada or Easastrium, where we're rolling out a fabric unlike any other carrier in terms of a tight-knit group of KU beams that that go over the high traffic areas for both maritime and aero services. So people can take advantage of that to roll out new services, and that's exactly what we're seeing happen. So it's data, it's entertainment to different sectors, either maritime, aero, or even comms on the move kind of applications.
Aero services, are they really that important though?
Well, I think we're going to see a lot more of that in the future. Obviously you're not going to tether a fiber onto an aircraft. We're seeing more and more growth, whether it's the commercial sector or the government sector. Commercial, it's about connectivity and entertainment. On the government sector, it's really about observation. UAVs have taken up an enormous amount of traffic for us, and that continues to grow, and we think that trend will grow globally. So that is why we as a global operator have put that capacity on the last 5 satellites to create that fabric. So we think it's a key thing for the satellite sector.
Now you conveniently mentioned the Epic platform earlier. Why is it such a game changer in the market?
Well, for Intelsat, I think it's our first step into high throughput, A. B, we also look at it and spent a lot of time talking to our customers about their needs. Now there's been a lot of great platforms put in the field, mainly around consumer broadband. Now, we don't necessarily address that market, right? Our customers are end users and satellite service providers around the world that really have a focus on delivering sort of backbone carrier grade services. So the one thing that we listened and heard was, this is good, but we need global coverage. We need an open platform so that we can bring all the infrastructure that we're using today to bear. And also, while Ka-band is efficient, we don't necessarily operate in Ka-band today. We're fortunate, we really have a gift in that our frequencies, the rights that we have around the world are unique, and that Intelsat as a global carrier can come in with the right application, right? So we can use C-band where it makes sense, Ku-band or Ka-band, and we can bring the right frequency set to bear in the right area for the right application. So Epic is really just a combination of all that. It brings to the market a tool for our customers to use to really grow their business. It's not about what we thought would work, it's what they told us they needed. So open platform, they can use whatever hubs or MCPCs they're using today to build their services, and we're working with all the hardware providers now. So in their past, as they develop their new modems and their new technologies, they're understanding how we're going to operate Epic, and they can drive better throughput for our clients, our shared clients, in the future. So it works today, and they're going to develop in the future so it works even better. So Epic for us is really a solution that's going to really help us go into the future, but the other key point is Epic isn't the only solution. So it's another tool that we're going to have for our customers. When you think about how Intelsat operates, we've got everything now from Intelsat 1, our MPLS terrestrial network, where we peer with PCCW and BT for a global terrestrial footprint. Our current fleet, wide beam, broadcast kind of satellites that will continue to go into the future, and then Epic. So it's a full range of products, it's a full range of solutions, and the real goal is to sit down with the client and say, don't tell me what you think the solution is, what are you trying to do? And then we do the analysis of the best way to load it onto the fleet and onto the products so we can give them the total solution.
Well, you conveniently mentioned the future there
Yes.
as well. There's a lot of operators. What does the future hold? Are we going to have capacity problems? Are we going to have a smaller amount of operators? What do you feel the market trends are?
Well, I think the trends are, look, we're seeing, in the video world, we're seeing more and more content, more and more HD, more and more requirements for thicker type connectivity, and that's why we're doing Epic. We're also seeing, though, requirements, people wanting to originate channels globally. So I just had a discussion with one customer where say we're really being tugged at both ends. We're having some folks that I want to launch a channel and have global coverage. And that's a much different requirement than other customers where we want to have just a very specific feed in HD for a specific country or even sometimes a specific platform. So what we're trying to do is build the fleet over time so we could take advantage of the flexibility of satellite to do both of those. Will there be more operators in the future? I think you're going to see different kinds of technology come out in the future, and which will create new companies. But in terms of satellite operators, I can't tell. But I think at the end of the day, what we're looking at is the flexibility of our fleet, being able to move that capacity around the world where it's needed, the flexibility in our product set, whether it's, again, a terrestrial asset or back to an Epic, scaling all the way through Epic, that flexibility is what we're going to need and will have to address the future requirements for our customers.
So I've spent a lot of years at IBC, and every time I come here they talk about 3D as the game changer for the industry. Has that really happened?
Well, I think we've seen 3D come into the product set for our customers. There's no doubt about it. I don't think 3D has rolled out and created quite the panacea that everybody thought. 3 years ago, I think the industry was looking for something new and bright to kind of lead us out of what was a tough time, right? But we've seen 3D. It's come into the products. What we're hearing more discussion about lately is 4K, 8K, and bringing that HD experience up a notch. But as we go forward, the good news about Intelsat and our product set, whether it's the terrestrial set or the satellite products, we have the flexibility to provide that. So 3D falls right into the pipe, right? So whether it's an SD feed, HD, 3D, 4K, 8K, it's really just part of the product that our programming customers are distributing out to their end users. So we can bring it in, put it into the pipe, and take it out to where it needs to go. So 3D's happening, but I'd say it's not as fully penetrated as everybody thought it would be 3 years ago. The viewing habits are still being formed, and some of the product isn't there quite yet in terms of the programming side. They're still developing more 3D products. But it's coming.
Kurt, thank you very much.
Good to see you.